Your child is crying, not just a little upset, but fully overwhelmed, tears, loud, uncontrollable. You try everything. Stop crying. Use your words. Calm down. But instead of stopping, it gets worse. The emotions get bigger. You feel stuck. Now, look at Japan. In Japanese culture, many parents handle this moment with a concept called Mimamoru. It means to watch, to protect, and to wait. They don't rush to silence the child. They don't try to overpower the emotion. And surprisingly, their children often calm down much faster. What are they doing differently? They understand something most of us were never taught. When a child is crying, they are not being difficult. They are overwhelmed. At that moment, your child doesn't need control. They need regulation. The harder you try to stop the crying, the longer it lasts. You are trying to solve the noise instead of understanding the state. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn how to use this Japanese approach to work with your child's brain, not against it. Once you understand this shift, you won't just stop the crying. You will change the way your child handles emotions for the rest of their life. Because you are about to become the calm they cannot find on their own. Immediate reframe, the shift that changes everything. Let's start with the mistake. Because this is where everything goes wrong. When a child is crying, most of us focus on one goal: make it stop. So we try to fix it. We explain, we correct, we are distracted, we get firmer. But here's the problem. You're trying to solve the sound instead of understanding the state. Because crying is not just noise, it's a signal. Your child is not crying to challenge you. They are crying because their system is overwhelmed. And when that happens, their brain shifts into an emotional state, where logic simply doesn't work. This is why your words don't land. This is why repeating instructions makes it worse. This is why calm down never works. Because your child cannot calm down the way you expect them to. Their brain doesn't have that ability yet. So when you respond with control, more instructions, more pressure, you unintentionally add more stimulation to an already overwhelmed system. And the result? More crying, more resistance, more disconnection. But the Japanese approach flips this completely. Instead of asking, "How do I stop this?" they ask, "What does my child need right now to feel safe again?" That one shift changes everything. Because now, you're not fighting the emotion. You're understanding it. And when you understand it, you respond differently. Slower, softer, more intentional. And that's exactly what helps the nervous system settle. Because here's the truth. You cannot calm a child by overpowering their emotions. But you can calm them by becoming the calm they don't yet have. And that is the foundation of this entire method. Now let's go deeper, because once you see what's actually happening inside your child at that moment, you'll never look at crying the same way again. Now let's zoom out, because what you see in the moment is only a small part of the story. To you, it looks sudden. One minute your child is fine, the next, crying, upset, completely overwhelmed, and it feels like it came out of nowhere. But it didn't. Crying doesn't start the moment you see it. It ends there. What you're witnessing is the final release of something that has been building. Think about your child's day. Small frustrations, tiny disappointments, transitions they didn't expect, being told no again and again. Each one feels small, but their brain is still processing all of it. And slowly, that internal load builds up. Your child keeps trying to handle it. They keep holding it together until they can't anymore. Then something small happens. A toy doesn't work, a snack breaks. You say, "Not now," and suddenly everything spills out. From the outside, it looks like they're crying over nothing. But from the inside, they're crying over everything. That's why the reaction feels so big. Because it's not about the moment. It's about the accumulation. When you only focus on the trigger, you miss the buildup. And when you miss the buildup, you try to fix the wrong problem. You try to stop the crying, instead of understanding what caused it. But once you start noticing the pattern, everything changes. You begin to see early signs: the slight irritability, the shorter patience, the clinginess, the shift in energy. These are signals, no problems. Signals that your child is getting closer to their limit. And this is where the Japanese approach becomes powerful. Because instead of reacting only when the crying explodes, it focuses on staying connected before, during, and after. Not fixing, not controlling, but staying present. Because when a child feels understood early, They don't have to escalate as much to be heard. And that's the real goal, not silence, but less need for emotional explosions. Now, to really understand why this works so well, we need to look at what's happening inside your child's brain at that moment. Because once you see that, this method stops feeling like a parenting trick and starts making complete sense. Now let's go inside your child's brain, because this is where everything clicks. Your child's brain is not just smaller than yours, it's unfinished. The part responsible for logic, self-control, calming down. The prefrontal cortex is still developing, and it will be for many years. But the emotional part of the brain? That part is already active, very active. So when your child gets upset, their emotional brain takes over instantly. And when that happens, the thinking brain goes offline. You cannot reason with a brain. That is overwhelming. This is why explaining doesn't work. Repeating instructions doesn't work. Getting louder makes it worse. Because your child is not in a state where they can process logic. They are in survival mode. And in that state, their brain is asking one question: am I safe? What should I do? What did mom say? What are the rules? Just, am I safe right now? And here's where the Japanese method becomes powerful. Instead of trying to control the behavior, it answers that question through calm presence, soft tone, physical closeness, emotional acknowledgement. You are sending a signal to your child's brain. You're safe. I'm here. And when the brain feels safe, it begins to settle. Slowly, the emotional intensity comes down. The nervous system resets. And only then, the thinking brain comes back online. Your child doesn't learn emotional control by being forced to stop crying. They learn it by experiencing what calm feels like through you. This is called co-regulation. Before your child can regulate themselves, they borrow your calm. So when you stay steady, you are not doing nothing. You are actively shaping their brain. You are teaching their system. This is how we come back from being overwhelmed. And over time, that external calm becomes internal ability. That's how emotional regulation is built. Not through control, but through connection. Now let's bring this into real life, because understanding is powerful, but applying it is what changes everything. The method in real life, what to actually do in the moment. So what does this look like when your child is actually crying? Because this is where most parents feel stuck. Step 1. Stay close. Your instinct might be to step back, to give space, or to say, go calm down. But in this moment, distance often increases distress. Instead, stay near. Not forcing, not overwhelming, just a present. Because your presence alone is a signal of safety. Step 2. Lower your energy. Your child is already 10. If you come in at a 7 or 8, it escalates. So you do the opposite. You slow down. Your voice gets softer. Your movements get gentler. Your calm becomes their calm. Step 3. Acknowledge, don't fix. This is where most people rush. They try to solve the problem. But your child doesn't need a solution yet. They need to feel seen. Simple words. I see you're upset. That was really hard. No long explanations, no lectures, just recognition. Step 4. Allow the emotion. This is the uncomfortable part, letting the crying happen, not ignoring it, not suppressing it, but allowing it to move through. Because emotions that are rushed often come back stronger. Step 5. Gentle co-regulation. If your child allows it, a soft touch. Holding them, sitting beside them, not forcing contact, but offering it. Because connection calms faster than control. What not to do. Don't over-explain. Don't rush to discipline. Don't take it personally. Because this moment is not about behavior. It's about capacity. Your child is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. And how you respond in this moment teaches them what to do with big emotions for the rest of their life. The goal is not to raise a child who never cries. The goal is to raise a child who learns how to come back from overwhelm. And that doesn't happen through control. It happens through connection. Because every time you stay calm, when your child cannot, you are building something invisible, but incredibly powerful. You are building their ability to one day do the same. If you want to understand your child more deeply, not just stop behavior, but truly support their emotional growth, follow for more parenting insights that actually work in real life.